Well, first of all, we did have the big announcement with YouTube so that we can ensure that people were being able to monetize or understand their monetization of their properties, as well as the advertisers understanding, the reach that they were seeing on YouTube. It's a big step forward for us. We're very happy that YouTube Google is collaborating with us on that. Launched in many markets, many big and smaller markets, and we expect that to go even further. And it puts digital video, in a place where it should be, compared to TV. Advertisers and agencies don't want the nightmare of planning with disparate metrics and without having comparability. So YouTube really stepped to the plate, and it's a great compliment, and it really is a nice endorsement of Nielsen measurement. So we're really pleased about it.
So how are you finding the international scene in terms of TV operators, publishers,
right,
the data they need? I mean, that's a massive question, of course.
No, it's a good question.
But tell us where that's going.
It's coming into it, and I've just been over in London, 3 or 4 months now. I'm really surprised at how quickly you can move in some of these smaller markets, and how different some of the broadcasters operate in different markets. So in many of these other markets, they already have OTT platforms, that work very well. So they sort of didn't let Netflix and Amazon Prime in. They're there, they're obviously there, but they were monetizing their own content with over the top, prior to, a subscription video on demand coming in. And you see a market that's smaller and a market that's evolved, often does things that are very innovative that take longer in a big market like New York. So for example, in Italy, we have all the OTT providers now being measured alongside TV in the NMI planning tool. So that's a first, and that's a big step forward for us. You see a lot of markets where we're able to, if we have the TV measurement, the markets are very different globally because of the JIC structure. If the JIC is willing to cooperate with the digital people, you can come up with a total audience number. And if you don't, we work with one or the other side of it. But my impression is very impressed with how quick and how nimble they are in these different markets, and how the broadcasters have often maintained their rights. I think they're looking at their competition not being Facebook and Google, but actually who has the content. So the studios may be the next competitor for the broadcasters.
And for the buy side, and maybe that's a little easier to qualify around the 5 big holding companies globally in terms of their expectations from you. How is that changing in terms of metrics on the buy side?
Right. The buy side, they want a planning tool, first of all, to make their life easier, and we're doing everything we can with the NMI product from Nielsen so that you can look, cross-platform with similar metrics, and we want to make sure that we have the same metrics so they're not tortured. They want an easy way to buy and plan, and they have global clients that want to see the same metrics market to market. So that's why consistency, comparability, is critical for us. And also Nielsen's investing greatly in Addressable as well. Addressable TV shows great promise, and TV is going to be sold with Addressable, over the top, and data-driven linear TV. And we've got solutions that we plan on rolling out globally for all of them.
So as a follow-up, we've spoken to Kelly and about the plans around Addressable, the whole initiative, which is super exciting. Where will that roll out internationally, and when do you think?
Well, it's starting in the US, but I have to say Sorenson first started in the UK, and then they went over the pond. So my intention is to bring them back over the pond, because the broadcasters in the UK are keenly interested, and were, because Sorenson had a big position in the UK. That's really where they got started. So they want me to bring it back, so I've got to bring it back over there. We'll start probably in the UK with that. But once again, when you're in a market that's of that size, they can be more nimble. Engineers meet engineers. And what we have between the ACR recognition as well as the Sorenson/Nielsen technology from the broadcast center allows a really comprehensive solution. So it's my objective to work closely with Kelly and her team and bring it back over this side of the pond.